All right, welcome back, YouTube, to another live stream and video recording for afterwards. In this live stream and video recording, we're going to be sussing through some of the major flaws with Inmendhams' supposedly rational theory of reality. Yeah, we're just going to go through it. You guys can read through this. I mean, I'm not going to check it out right now because I've already read through it before. We're just going to go down to the conclusion for the conclusion's sake. This is like one of the only things I've ever seen Gary write down that's, of his ideas, and it's fucking pathetic. So he claims that this works with the current model of physics, and that he just concedes that he has no tests for it. So he's claiming to have a fully rational outline for for physics that it goes against the standard model, and he provides no tests. Okay, that is beyond pathetic. That is in the same department as crazy Muslim people saying that, it's the same type of reasoning skills as saying, like what Muslim people say when they say that Allah made mathematics because the Quran, though. Or like when Christians, it's the exact same thing that Christian crazies do when they say evolution works perfectly in the model of the Bible. It's called unfalsifiability, and I'm going to familiarize you guys with that word here. Okay, this is the word unfalsifiability. It's just, the description is just exactly what Gary is doing in that conclusion, and all throughout his theory. It's that he's confidently asserting that, if you guys read it, he's confidently asserting that a theory or hypothesis is true or false, even though the theory or hypothesis cannot possibly be contradicted by an observation, okay, because he claims that it works perfectly with the current model of physics, and doesn't provide any tests at all, for 5 years. That's some remarkable arrogance, okay? So it cannot be possibly be contradicted by an observation or the outcome of any physical experiment, usually without strong evidence or good reasons, and that's exactly what we have here. So here's a number of tests like proving general relativity. You guys could check this out if you'd like. This is the table of contents. I mean, there are, more than a half dozen tests that verify general relativity, okay? There are more than a half dozen that verify special relativity. A lot of them come down to equations used in dozens of different companies by hundreds of thousands actually of different people. So in order to pinpoint places in the sky where they're going to have GPS satellites, how they're going to figure out how to alter the GPS signal in your phone, that's all done with equations that are milled over by thousands of different people. And it's all because of what Einstein's, relativity. So Gary has provided no evidence, and he is confidently and arrogantly and calling people stupid for 5 fucking years. And he doesn't have a test. He doesn't even have a recommendation for a test. He's a fucking lunatic, okay? You guys are confused as shit if you don't understand that. I've been making that really evident. I sort of was joking around in those last videos, but also serious, the debate videos, because, obviously his The consent argument for the unborn fails at the beginning. It fails in the middle. It's for the unborn. So he doesn't ask for the consent of the unborn, and he's claiming consent as the universal claim. That is ridiculous. That's a immediate objection and not objection. So you can't put these types of shit arguments forward for years on end and be considered sane. Again, I was not persuaded by Inmendham to become an antinatalist. I was persuaded by David Benatar, okay? And then, yeah, like he puts forward some coherent arguments about like evolution. He has a large body of knowledge about evolution, but I'm being too nice to him. Like he doesn't even grant me any sort of remote things, and he's fucking incorrect, thoroughly incorrect, and outright slandering and lying about me. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let's just focus more on this. Okay, so let's just focus that this type of reasoning here that he's portraying is the exact same thing that Christian crazies do when they say evolution works perfectly in the model of the Bible, okay? They don't provide any tests at all. Gary doesn't provide any tests at all, okay? It's untestable. It's this word. Unfalsifiable, unfalsifiability, untestability. Specifically, unfalsifiability, untestability. And it's also intestable, which is in the title of this video, which means fucking obsolete. This guy is fucking obsolete. We need to move forward. He's completely fucking incoherent. So, spending 5 years on something this trivial, and even if this is true, let's just steel man his whole thing just for the nail in the motherfucking coffin, because that's what every one of these videos in this Inmendham Debunked playlist has been. Even if this is true somehow, it has no bearing on whether or not antinatalism and effelism are portrayable, persuasive. None at all. It's not essential to put forward objective, though, as the primary arguments. Okay, ultimately, effelism is negative utilitarianism, really repackaged. Again, it's all in the Inmendham Debunked playlist on this channel. Yeah, this guy is a fucking lunatic, and he has been for years. He's an abrasive lunatic that nobody should be taking seriously at all at this point. He hasn't debated anybody in 5 years. I highly doubt he's persuaded anybody that's sane in 5+ years. And if he has, you weren't thinking about it all the way through, and you should probably go read David Benatar's Better Never to Have Been, which provides all the counter arguments as well. Again, back in the day when Inmendham was at least doing debates and stuff, they were all pathetic debates. His debate with Thunderfoot lasted 20 minutes, for fuck's sake, and it was just him basically being a cunt, and Thunderfoot, and Aaron Ra being not, just thinking that he was a cunt. 20 minutes is not enough time to get across a solid grouping of points. He just completely has squandered he's only debated fucking people, like the same people of a very low caliber that he has picked on, low caliber in terms of volume and quality of their thinking skills, of their debate skills. They have never even debated other people. This is neither here nor there, though. We're just going to keep this video focused around the physics stuff. Come back for more stuff along those lines, though, in the future. Okay, yeah, I'm just completely fed up with this fucking idiot and his dumbass shit. Yeah, I have no sympathy for this guy at all. There's no reason to. Okay, this is unfalsifiability. It's just confidently asserting that a theory or hypothesis is true or false, even though the theory or hypothesis cannot possibly be contradicted by an observation or the outcome of any physical experiment, usually without strong evidence, or good reason. So no physical experiment at all. Again, the current models have over a half dozen verified experiments for both of them, for both versions of relativity. Yeah, so this is obsolete crap. It's just obsolete, not competent, bull fucking shit. And yeah, that's why I haven't commented on it in the past at all, but I figured I'd just do it now because these people seem extremely confused. I noticed there's been a lot of people sort of thinking that this is somehow some kind of impressive undergoing here, but it is just fucking garbage. Again, no physical test. Yeah. So you don't have shit. You can't claim something confidently without a physical test. It's just beyond arrogant. Again, it's the same exact fucking thing, just in review, just as one last, review. It's the same thing as Christian crazies do when they say evolution works perfectly in the model of the Bible. This is the same reasoning skills of a crazy Muslim saying, Alhamdulillah or something, and then because it's written, it is written, Alhamdulillah. When their evidence comes down to simply stating that Allah made all of the mathematics because of the Quran, though. Right? Like, it's just fucking garbage. He's an embarrassing, egomaniacal lunatic and a liar. And, yeah. No reason to take seriously at all. Again, this is just one of many videos going into the Inmendham Debunked Videos channel now. We're going to keep going with this because might as well. Next video will probably have something to do. Some of them will be like kind of funnier, but this one I couldn't even make it funny because no one even knows no one pays attention to this fucking shit. And the people who do pay attention to it aren't really paying attention to it because they're too goddamn stupid to even understand what, like, testability is or untestability or unfalsifiability. And you point it out to them a bunch of times and they just fucking ignore you because they're fucking lunatics in the vast majority of instances. So, okay, yeah, you can't. So just one more time in review, just to review for the people, because you gotta review it constantly for them. They can't just like understand the first goddamn thing you say the first time you say it. They're too incompetent. These people that you got to deal with here. So unfalsifiability is what we're looking at here. No testable model, no physical testable model at all. Okay, so it's this unfalsifiability, and then like if you look at the last paragraph of his conclusion, he just says it. I mean, he just basically says, he has no verifiable test at all. There's none given at all in this thing. No even ideas for a test. It's pathetic to assert it as though it's rational without any idea of even a test. No one in their right fucking mind. No physicist or reasonable human, for that matter, even if you're like whatever, for whatever theory you have, would have no tests at all that you could physically test and challenge, you know, tested, researched stuff on a magnitude scale of, thousands and thousands of personnel covering and milling over equations. There's no reason for them to lie to us. He's the initial interaction that was spurred with myself and Gary. He was triggered because I was scoffing at this shit. And I was just like, he thinks he's going to be like the blue-eyed, blonde-haired physics Jesus that comes and saves us from our physics sins or something. And it's just not fucking anything coherent at all, let alone something you could really, with some sort of like oomph, like he's trying to portray it as, he makes a nice little pun about waves and waving goodbye to rationally comprehensible models of description of material reality. And he has the description of material reality that is going to completely knock down all of physics, and it has no testable model at all. Wait, what? No testable model at all, and he's claiming to have it's a material thing with no testable model. This is really, man, clown shoes, big old clown shoes. Gary the clown. He's already got the hair for it. Moving along. Let's look at the chat, I guess. So David the Noir is commenting. Yeah, I was gonna. You said this should be great. Well, I was gonna try to make it like a debate one, but this is just so fucking incoherent that maybe I'll make a debate video after this to try to make it a little more funny, but okay, so we got one of his defenders here. His theory objects objects are far more intuitively understandable than space-time. Okay, that doesn't make something true. So move along here. So again, we'll just have the definition of unfalsifiability in the background, okay? And you can deal with that. So let's look at what else you're talking shit about here. Let's move this thing over. Yeah. All right. Let's just suss through what you're saying. Is this the only criticism you got of his theory? Understanding nature. Oh, dude, this is a debilitating criticism. You're confused as fuck, David. Not having a testable model and asserting something as though it is true is like crippling. You just are confused as fuck. Have you never looked into any sort of fucking scientific theory? Do you not understand what a science paper is? Do you not understand what like research is and reading research? I mean, are you new to this stuff? You're arrogantly like asserting that I'm somehow making a fool out of myself. But I think you're fucking confused. I mean, there's a reason the guy is running in the opposite direction from any kind of debate. Okay? Are you confused about that? Like, what else do I gotta say? Not having a testable model and asserting something as fact makes you an arrogant, stupid, fucking blue-eyed, blonde-haired physics fucking messiah, clown shoes, goofy-ass goon Gary. That's what it makes you. Do you not understand that? What don't you understand? I'm gonna head out now, because this is a bunch of shit. You're just fucking shit talking, like usual. No rational, coherent fucking arguments at all. Oh, God. It's so fucking dumb. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm confused. You can't write a fucking science paper that challenges all of physics and claim that it's knocking it all down without a single. His model my claim isn't that it's not simple, you idiot. It's that it's unfalsifiable. Look, you're not paying attention. This word, focus. Monkey, focus. You got some serious fucking Dunning-Krug all over you. So fucking incompetent. Holy shit. At no point did I claim his model wasn't simpler. He's fucking strawmanning idiot. I mean, it's just so goddamn relentlessly stupid. It's like, it's just never ending how stupid these people are that can fucking fall for this shit. That's irrelevant? What's irrelevant? That it, like, well, why'd you say it then? Why'd you say it then if it's irrelevant? If your model, it's saying this is irrelevant. What does ontology have to do with anything that I just fucking said? Are you just saying words now to try to sound smart? You're just like saying random words now? Parts of his model can be proven wrong, but the ontology cannot be. Yes, because it's this. It's unfalsifiable. It's not just that. God. It's fucking unfalsifiable. There's no physical experiment. Let's look at your channel, I guess. It doesn't take... See when you do that, it doesn't even take you to their fucking channel. YouTube is such a pile of fucking shit. Look, I didn't come here for you to just change the subject like 5 different times, so I'm gonna head out. I came here to deal with his bullshit. So... I mean, you've literally changed the subject probably 6 times. Who cares about Lesage? The kinetic bullshit? What do you mean what do you mean I'm not affording Gary the same charitability as you are quantum physics? He doesn't have a physical test, and he's claiming that there's nothing to offer charitability or not offer charitability. It's ridiculous. And he's an asshole on top of that. So, totally irrelevant. Your points aren't fucking relevant. You claim it's a simpler model. Who cares? What does that have to do? You're not attacking my argument. My argument is that it's unfalsifiability. It's this fucking word right here. Okay? Read it and weep. Not having a physical fucking experiment is complete goddamn failure to perform science. And claiming that you have a knockdown for this, general relativity, and special relativity, and you don't even have a physical experiment. These are all the fucking experiments that prove special relativity. Not to mention thousands and thousands of people working in different fields of science. Using the equations. You think they're all lying? Like, where are Gary's equations for this? Like, where is... How in the fuck do you people even exist? that are doing this. Like, there is no physical test for the fundamental objects for the behaviors. Yes. No, there's no physical test at all. He has no physical test for this to prove this theory. There isn't a single one. So you're just layering it in implications now, fucking equivocating about it. So you started off here strawmanning it, saying his model is simpler. That's not the claim I'm making. I don't fucking care if you think it's simpler or if it's more complicated. That doesn't fucking matter at all. It's just a straw man. Occam's razor, another straw man. That's irrelevant. Don't know what you're talking about. Bringing up ontology. Oh, great. So to be, whether states of being having to do with this. How? Why? What? What does that have to do with there not being a physical test? Nothing. Parts of his model can be proven wrong, but the ontology cannot be. What the fuck? It's like, okay, so yeah, it's exactly what I'm claiming that it is. It's this, unfalsifiability. Do you not understand what this means? Confidently asserting that a theory or hypothesis is true or false, even though the theory or hypothesis cannot possibly be contradicted by an observation or the outcome of any physical experiment, usually without strong evidence or good reasons. So it's the fallacy of unfalsifiability, untestability, especially if you are claiming, he's claiming to have a model of physics with no physical test to prove that. Do you not understand? Can you just respond to that? Why is there no physical test for his model that disproves modern physics? That he's claiming disproves modern physics. Can you just answer that, please? This has nothing to do with charitability or uncharitability. Can you just answer that question, please? You're here. You're trying to defend it. It's unreasonable to require falsifiability for the fundamentals. No, it's unfalsifiable. You're equivocating again. It's just a load of fucking shit. Why is it unreasonable? So you're saying, just to be clear, you're saying just yes or no. You're saying it's unreasonable to have a physical experiment that proves your theory that disproves modern physics? Yes or no, and because is fine. Asshole. There you go. Yes or no, and because is fine. Changing the subjects all over the place. That is debilitating. Debilitating to your argument. Yes or no, and because is fine. Not a fucking peep, I guess. Kind of. That's not a yes or no, and because. You dodging the question. Dodging the question. You don't know if I understand. It's like, what the fuck? There's nothing to understand here. Yeah, what do you want? I don't need to explain anything. Answer the fucking question. Just stare at it for a little longer. You dishonest puke. Yeah, there you go. Anti-life. Answer the question. Yeah, that'd be a solid fucking thing to do. At least we have a non-retard in here. One non-retard. Just, I'm surrounded in fucking loser retards. It just sucks. Just, I'd appreciate it if some of you started just listening a little bit more. I mean, go check out the fucking Inmendham Debunked playlist if you want more on this. I mean, this is just one of the just obnoxious fucking things this asshole has been fucking performing. This goddamn clown has been doing. For 5 fucking years. For actually 12 fucking years, technically. So, I mean, that question just would... So, like, look, you wonder why Gary runs in the other direction? Really? You have to wonder? So you're saying it's unreasonable to have a physical experiment that proves your theory that disproves modern physics. And you're saying yes. So you're in horrible objection and not objection. You want a physical theory. You have no physical experiment that proves your physical theory. And you're claiming that it's true. Oh, I'm gonna head out now. This is just so ridiculous. Because if you answered yes or no to that, you were fucked. It's just anyways, yeah, as always, I debate Gary on any of these fucking subjects. I'm right here to talk about it. Yeah, I've read his theory. I could give examples of his shit in a debate. So I could read it right off of his goddamn thing. So, he would just lose in the opening statements to that fucking question. So that's the reason why he'll run in the other fucking direction and try to malign me as a lunatic and all this other fucking shit that I'm obviously, not only am I not, it's a disservice to his own cause to be calling me that. Like, he is the fucking lunatic. Not having a physical experiment to prove your physics right is lunacy, and claiming that you have a solid theory and like that disproves it all, and confidently portraying that. It's not just that, confidently doing that for fucking 5 years straight. So, yeah. Need I say more? No. So what is your argument? Because he doesn't... So that's just a red herring, right? Like, your because is a red herring fallacy. You're just changing the topic again, like you tried to do like multiple times here, right? This part. So just this was the only part that was reasonable. The yes, and now you're in contradiction. So you want to it's P and not P. It's objection and not objection, right? So you want a physical model, and then you don't want a physical model for your theory. So, physical model and not physical model. Objection and not objection. You're an idiot. I mean, look, like sorry, Gary, you could only do this fucking pretending to be smart thing for so long before somebody like me came along and slapped you across the fucking face. You dumb fucking cunt. What an asshole. Not only beyond wishy-washy. You still don't get it. I wasn't changing the subject, but qualifying what I was saying. Look, he's fucking wasting time doing this shit. And that's what pisses me off the most about all of this. Not even that he's pathetic and he's in fucking contradiction and shit. But he's also wasting huge volumes of time. Imagine if he was debating people that whole time. instead for 5 fucking years on the actual subjects, like the reasonable subjects that seem to have merit of antinatalism and apholism. And negative utilitarianism. I didn't learn about negative NU or antinatalism. Ultimately, I wasn't convinced of it by him. I was convinced of it by Benatar, just to be clear, but for the antinatalism stuff. And then Life Sucks introduced me to negative utilitarianism. And I think that NU still works, despite all these fucking losers recently losing horribly in debates. Again, 12 noon, I'll have a debate. Again, you're making more red herring fallacies, David. Look, that's like the 5th fucking red herring fallacy you've made, so, I mean, it's just pure scum. What I've seen about Gary's physics, the force bits part not only doesn't explain gravity, what it tries to do, but makes it disappear. I'd have to makes gravity makes it disappear. I don't know what you mean. But anyways, look, I mean, I would debate him on this shit if he wanted to, and the other shit too. But that's the question he's going to be answering, or a question similar to it. Probably a more simplified down one, even. And most of it is not a model, but philosophy. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you need and you can't claim something that... My biggest problem here is that he's claiming something with such overwhelming confidence. It's arrogance. I mean, I've said it many times that he possesses this, thoroughly possesses the mania of a fucking narcissist, just crazy person. And he sucks so many people into that to the point where, like, they'll sympathize with him before, like, even understanding any of the reasons that he's putting forward. So, So, not a good idea. Reasoning first would be the best idea with any of this shit. So, exactly, it's about the underlying objects. Physics makes testable predictions. Gary's physics doesn't. Yeah, that's, what the Skyrim guy is saying. Yeah, I mean, he gets it. Look, it's just completely unreasonable to claim that you have a debunk of modern physics without a physical experiment that proves your theory that disproves modern physics. Okay? So it appears it's complete lunacy here that we are dealing with, and nothing more and nothing less. Okay? And it's not short shrift. That is that's horrible fucking objection and not objection. Like, physical and not physical. Like I said before, it's the same fucking thing as claiming you are, if you were a Christian nutter, because Gary he really is very similar to these fucking religious cunts, as I've said many times so far. That this is the exact same thing that Christians do when they say evolution works perfectly in their model of the Bible. It's the same thing. And it's also the same thing that Muslims do when they say, like, Allah made all of mathematics. Because Quran, though. Huh? Or any claim that is ultimately not testable, okay? Any claim that is this, unfalsifiable, confidently asserting that a theory or hypothesis is true or false, even though the theory or hypothesis cannot possibly be contradicted by an observation or the outcome of a physical experiment, usually without strong evidence or good reasons. And if you're going to make a model for physics, you got to have a physical experiment. If you're going to assert it confidently, as Gary is doing here, like, let's be clear, this is a confident put forward. He literally says he calls people stupid in it, like in the fucking title. I mean, he's like, it's like, it's Gary because he's calling people stupid when he's the fucking lunatic at hand here. Yeah, let's see if he, and then you go down, you scroll down, read the freaking conclusion, and he just outright says there's no physical model, he has no tests at all, and he's claiming that confidently that it's fucking true. It's this. Okay? Ridiculous. All right? That's all I wanted to talk about. And try to get him to see this. If one of you is in contact with him, try to get him to see the other videos too. I mean, he sees them. He watches them. He's fucking... there were 5 videos that were between 5 to 7 minutes that he only responded to the titles of the videos without even watching the videos. And he just completely strawmanned everything in the fucking videos. Nothing to do with the videos at all. Like, he's changing the subject all over the place, making red herrings. I mean, his videos are layered in fallacy, which is so insanely ironic that he claims, like, we should kill people that perform fallacies. Gary would be dead a couple thousand times over, at least, by now, okay? Like, oh, what a fucking lunatic. Anyhow, all right, well, there's no fucking false equivalence here. What the fuck are you talking about? Where did I make a false equivalence? He's claiming that something is true and testable, okay, without a testable model. So he's claiming that it's physically true without a physical experiment that proves the theory. All right, you answered yes to the question. Are you confused? Okay, fuck off. All right, I'm going to head out now. Thank you for watching. Anyways, people who are watching, hopefully you understand what I was saying there, and you can try to not be assholes, or less of an asshole at least. We're all technically assholes, to some extent, and some of us are just much, much bigger assholes, something like that. Okay, well, I'm going to head out now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have as least shit of an evening or afternoon or morning or whatever it is wherever you are. Got a little annoyed there during this video, but hopefully it wasn't too much for you. All right. Anyhow, even if it was, anyhow. It's like saying, I'm not really sure what you're saying there. But anyhow, I guess I'll show what you're saying there. But I'm not really sure what you meant by that. Maybe you could clarify later on. Okay. Well, anyhow, there's nothing wrong with homosexuality at all. I prefer people that are like that, actually. Because then they're less likely to have children. People fucking spewing out spawn all over the place. All right, anyways, I'm going to head out now. Bye. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Probably some new videos coming up soon. Maybe we'll do a debate video or funny one. And then maybe we'll do some more videos at like the mainstream people that are sort of commenting on antinatalism. There was recently like whatever the fuck his name is. What was that guy's name? Alex Jones. There was an Alex Jones guy that said the word antinatalism. So maybe we'll make a comment on that Coming up here. All right. Well, yeah. Bye now.